Hey everyone, Suzi here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, we're going to do a bit of a fusion calendar breakdown, how to properly prepare and be efficient during the fusion, and we're going to take a look at Selene. Alright, so we have a fusion, aka Shard Summon event happening in a couple of days. So this starts the 22nd. And yeah, we're gonna take a look at the calendar. So let's see, we have, as always, it's 200, but there's 265 available total shards. So like always, they make it so you don't have to do literally everything, which is great. And that's assuming you don't get the top 3 of anything as well. If you place in the top 3 of any of the Oracle trials, that's even more points. But it's also the kind of thing where, are you going to be able to get 2 copies of her? No. Even if you do place, I think, first in all of them, I don't think that's possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 80. No, we can't, definitely can't do that to get 2 copies, unfortunately. But this is the kind of game that it's so much more generous than other games that require you to do literally everything or you're screwed. And that's one thing I've always loved about their fusion style events, right? All right, so let's take a look at the setup and see if there's anything to keep an eye on. How are the summoning events, for one? Arrival of heroes, but no spiritual altar. Okay, for the first weekend. The Halloween weekend is going to have spiritual altar and awakening of heroes. Okay, that's good. You pull heroes and then you know, level them up. That's good to see. I'm really happy to see Mystery of Artifacts starting early for this one because we did just have the AMR increase. So I'll probably wait until Wednesday to put out a video for doing the stages of AMR up to AMR 22, which I have not even done yet because I was waiting for an event and I was a slacker and I didn't do the one when it popped. Yeah. So I'm gonna push to make some content for that for Wednesday when the events actually started, so we can make sure we get the highest stage possible. And luckily at the same time, Brave Conquest is happening. So that's the kind of thing you want to do. Just, I'm going to be your friendly reminder to double dip. Never do a Brave Conquest farm when there's not also an Oracle Trial or vice versa. Like, just because Brave Conquest starts on Tuesday, don't have to start anything on Tuesday. There's nothing. Wait until Wednesday, and then at least you can double dip and quickly get the Brave Conquest maxed out by doing Mystery of Artifacts, which is very easy and the best thing to farm Brave Conquest anyway. So like, when this event starts on Tuesday, don't do anything special. Just do your normal dailies and then wait, because there's no reason to waste a ton of stamina when you should waste a ton of stamina the next day, starting with Mystery of Artifacts. All right, and then of course, I'll wait until Friday to do your gear rolls for Tales of the Smith. And then Arena, push your Arena Saturday, Sunday for reset. And then after it resets, you can push it a little more if you didn't quite finish your points for Duel of Champions. Same thing here. It looks like, okay, the next Duel of Champions for Arena starts Tuesday through Friday. So that's a midweek one. So that'll be a very different strategy. That'll just be after reset, wait to push until the next day, and try to get into the rankings by Friday and not wait till the weekend to get your points for that one. Personally, I tend to skip the Duel of Champions events. That is 30 points that I don't have to do because they give us more than enough. As long as I summon, we won't need to do much. But you don't have to summon, right? So let's see. We have 20, 35, 45, 55. Okay, so we only have 55 points worth of summoning. Take that away, and you still have 15 points extra to guarantee the hero. So if you do 0 summons this entire shard summoning event and don't get any points, you still have more than enough if you do everything else. So this is wonderful, great calendar as always. It's so nice if you accidentally forget to finish an event or something, or if you're like me and you just don't like to do Arena, you can just skip it. Like, it's fine. You can just skip the things you don't want to do, and you're still going to be able to max out the character pretty well. But that's the kind of thing we're looking to do. we're looking to make sure you're going to do all the things. And if you do know that you're like, okay, I really don't want to farm this one thing yet, for whatever reason, then, or if you're like me and you don't like arena, you know you have enough points covered that it's okay to skip it or not, right? That's kind of the goal. So I could skip one arena and all the summoning if I wanted to, but we know we're going to be summoning. Let's be honest, this is Halloween weekend coming. Twyla will be coming. We know what's happening. All right, so besides the calendars or any other double dipping things to notice, yes. Again, on the following Thursday, on Halloween, there is no Brave Conquest, but there is a Forgotten Palace event. So this is where you're not going to want to farm on Thursday, but wait until Friday for the Brave Conquest to start, which is nice because that starts with a Tales of the Smith for leveling up gear, so there's no reason to wait to level up your gear. Then same thing here again, you can finish off Vault in the Sands Brave Conquest if you didn't finish that on the last Monday of the event, or the almost second to last Monday of the event. You can wait. And then Tuesday, Vaults in the Sands, don't farm it because there's no Brave Conquest. Wait until Wednesday if you want to start. So this, when it comes to this, I would say Vaults in the Sands, Gear Raid 2, wait until that Wednesday when the Brave Conquest starts to start farming that. And get your other Brave Conquest points by doing Forgotten Palace, Gear Raid 3 instead, right? Makes sense. It's just trying to double dip and make sure you're not wasting like too much stamina or whatever when you're not double dipping in your points for your shards. All right, so let's take a look at Selene here. So Brave Conquest, you can see she's here. We can't click her? What do you mean we can't click her? Bruh. Can we really not click her? Is she not in the game yet? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know what? I can pull up the Forerunner server though. And that's not a big deal. Alright, where is she? What was she? Oh no, she was esoteric. She's not here yet, is she? No! Alright, pause. I'll be right back. So I'm pulling up an OG website, my Bucket's website, because she's an OG character. She's been around and on the Forerunner server for a long time. Not a fan, apparently. I have heard that people did not like her. I have no idea if they have buffed her or changed her. I don't believe so, but let me know in the comments if she's different than she was originally on the Forerunner server. Let me know. I don't know how much or not she's changed. If anyone does know, please tell us. But it looks like early game she's pretty solid, and for Guild Wars she'll be pretty solid. AoE Arena, okay. But he gave her a C overall. So is this like a must-have event? Probably, or character? Probably not. However, there's no reason not to get the fusion, even if she's absolutely terrible, because there's no reason you can't easily do it, is really the case, right? Like, the fusions are so easy to do. So because they're so easy to do, you'd be silly not to, because you never know if they're going to buff a character or add content where they're perfect or add a new character that synergizes really well with them, etc. That sort of thing needs to be kept in mind. All right, 1 second. Let's go in here and check her out. All right, so I'm just going to do a quick look here. Selene, Blood Spiller Viscount. Beware of the dark. As a true spell sword, Selene ambushes her enemies with a flurry of magic damaging strikes. So she's like the female Dracula, looks really cool, really great design. I love a female Dracula inspired character. Very, very Dracula, but yeah. Alright, so her talent, Throbbing Wound, inflicts a mark on the enemy every time the hero deals damage to them. When the enemy has 4 stacks of marks, it deals 100% damage to 2 times to the enemy. Okay, so just some bonus damage. That sounds pretty solid. I like that her range is at least a 2 spot and not 1. And she's a magic fighter. So, you know what? Maybe she didn't do as well before with old content, but with Gear Dungeon 2, or is it Gear Dungeon 2, right? Or Gear Dungeon 1? Gear Dungeon 2. The need for, yeah, Gear Dungeon 2. The need for a magic fighter, like where people are using some other great magic fighters, which are very limited, this is actually perfect for. So she could go at the top there when you need a fighter up at the top to deal with the boss when you have to use magic damage. So that's cool. I think she's going to be better than she was initially because of the current content. All right, magic attack, basic attack, 100% damage to one enemy. Good range. All right, and her ultimate swish. Oh, that looks cool. All right. Deals damage to an enemy 6 times swiftly, dealing 100% damage with the first 4 hits and 160% damage with the last 2. All right, and that goes up. And then basic attack has a 15% chance to trigger this effect, dealing 150% damage to one target and inflicting 1 stack of mark on the enemies around the target. Okay, a splash damage around the target adds mark, and that we know when you get to 4 stacks of mark deals damage. So that's cool. All right, other passive here, basic attack and lunge have 10% chance to apply stacks of mark. When throbbing wound is triggered, the mark deals damage to enemies bearing the mark, regardless of the distance, and the damage dealt scales with the number of mark stacks. Okay. And she has synergy with Giselle, her other fellow vampire. Okay, I like that. Because Giselle got a little bit of a buff, right? Or she's getting one. I don't know. That came to global, right? Yeah, I think it all blends together, which things came to global, which things came to Forerunner. I don't have Giselle, so this is not as exciting for me. Oh god, do we actually want Giselle now? Obtain hero Giselle to unlock the following bonus effect. Ultimate inflicts vulnerability. Okay, that's great. 30% magic vulnerability. That's really good. Awesome. Okay, yeah, so I want Giselle now. At least for Selene. So yeah, I don't know. Selene doesn't sound like game-breaking, but she sounds solid to deal with like Gear Dungeon 2, right? That's what I see her as. Then we have cost is 18 for her as a fighter. And again, she's a magic damage fighter, so that's really cool. All right, I like it. I'm down, I think, with Void Rift needing magic damage, with Gear Dungeon 2 needing magic damage. I think in Chapter 9 type content, we know how that goes too. Lots of magic damage needed. I think she's all right. Definitely not as bad as I expected, but as soon as I saw she was a magic damage fighter with at least an extra spot for her range, I think she'll do okay. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.